What's up, peeps? This is Todd, and welcome back to my show. Today we're going to talk about the problem with rich people. If that sounds good, let's hop into it. Now, I understand that it may sound very hypocritical that I would title a video The Problem with Rich People, but hear me out. My life today is drastically different than when I was growing up. I have really seen the full spectrum of poor and wealthy. And along the way, I've learned a lot of things about rich people, how they think, how they interact, and sometimes they're completely out of touch with the way the rest of the world lives. One of the major issues that I see with rich people is social media. Oftentimes, wealthy people post pictures bragging on social media about their lavish vacations and their nice cars. And by the way, some of that is real and some of it's actually fake. People hope that you will see it and think that they're rich even though they're not. But social media has really highlighted the haves and the have-nots, the poor and the rich, and you have people that are committing suicide because they're depressed based on what they see on social media. You have young women starving themselves because they're trying to look thin like the girl on Instagram, even though the girl on Instagram isn't even really real. It's airbrushed and photoshopped, and it's not a real expectation of what human beings are supposed to look like. You have young men who are convinced that a good 9-to-5 is slavery, a good 9-to-5 where you can make an honest living and support your family. They think that's BS now because they see some guy on YouTube with a Ferrari talking about drop shipping, so they quit that 9-to-5 entirely and they buy this guy's drop shipping course. So part of the problem with rich people that I'm trying to articulate is they showcase a life that just by definition 99% of the population will never be able to achieve. Now, I'm guilty of this too. I had an article go viral about me entitled Millennial Millionaire, and for a while, my YouTube channel name was Todd Baldwin Millennial Millionaire. I recently deleted the Millennial Millionaire part because the title Millennial Millionaire can make some people feel less than or inadequate because they're going to be comparing themselves to me, which is incredibly unhealthy. I don't think anyone watching my videos should compare themselves to me, just like I wouldn't compare myself to anybody else. And that's why on social media, I try to keep my content really not flashy at all. When I was in college, I was driving a 2009 Ford Focus and my housing expenses were about $700 per month. The first year that I made over $100,000, I kept my 2009 Ford Focus, I did not upgrade cars, and my housing expenses were still about $700 a month. And this year, I will make well over $1 million, and again, I'm driving that same 2009 Ford Focus, and my housing expenses are about $700 because I live in a duplex and I rent out the other half, which offsets my mortgage. There is a reason I'm not a flashy guy. The main reason is that stuff doesn't appeal to me. I could care less about a $40,000 watch or a $300,000 Rolls Royce. But also, I want to be very careful about the way my content makes people feel, and I don't want to put something out there that would make other people feel bad about themselves. But switching gears for a minute, here's something that rich people are really not affected by. Rich people will not feel the pain of inflation as much as the poor and middle class will. The price of gas is up 50%. So to fill your car with gasoline, it is 50% more expensive than it was a year ago or 2 years ago. Rich people are just going to go buy electric cars. Not only that, rich people have businesses, which is why they're rich. So they can actually purchase those cars in the name of the business and write them off so they get a tax deduction. For example, Ford just came out with their first electric Ford F-150. It is a really cool electric truck and it's called the Lightning. This is about a $90,000 truck. And for anyone who may not know, a vehicle that has a gross vehicle weight range of 6,000 pounds or more, you can take 100% bonus depreciation in the first year, which is just a fancy tax term of saying you can deduct the entire purchase of that vehicle the first year that you buy it. That is a $90,000 truck. So if I were to go buy it, or if any other rich person were to go buy it, our taxable income would be lowered by the purchase amount of that truck. So basically, I could reduce my taxable income by $90,000. And if I'm in a 20% tax bracket, that means I've just saved myself $18,000 of taxes. So while people who are poor or in the middle class have to pony up and pay the higher gas prices, wealthy people can just go buy electric cars. They can get tax write-offs from the state, but they can also get federal tax write-offs if they buy it in the name of their business. Now, it's sort of a double whammy because while the price of gas goes up and rich people can go out and just buy electric vehicles, well, a lot of rich people also own oil. And if the price of gas is going up, that means oil is more valuable. So you have people who are poor and in the middle class who cannot afford electric vehicles, who are making the wealthy oil owners even richer. And those wealthy people who own oil can in turn go buy an electric car and get a huge tax deduction, all in the guise of saving the planet. And I'm not knocking electric cars, by the way. My next car that I get will be a Tesla Roadster. I'm just articulating my points about the problem with rich people is rich people live in their own little bubble, and they don't actually see how the rest of the world operates and the effects that the rest of the world feels with stuff like a pandemic and hyperinflation. Wealthy people don't really feel the pain of social media as much because they can post all their money online or they can use social media to make money. But that's pretty much it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.